Today, I'm going to dive into the Sega Game Gear. This came out in 1990, as a rival to the Game Boy Color, and the Nintendo handhelds. This console did not do very well for Sega. This handheld is something that I still do not have in my collection. I'm probably going to get one soon. My thing is, excuse the chair, I need a new one. I want to get one in the box, so I'm kind of just holding off. I'll give you a little piece of advice if you see the consoles out in the wild or anywhere. Please test them before you buy them. Almost all of these failed at some point or are failing. They had really crappy capacitors in them. You can get the capacitors replaced. There's people that do offer that service. So when you're buying this, always ask whether it's been replaced or not, just so you know, because if it has not, there's a good chance this thing's going to crap out on you and you're going to be stuck. So just a little tidbit of advice. The Game Gear and the Sega is, I don't think it did very well for Sega, honestly. I'd have to check the sales. I think it kind of bombed, just judging by the game selection and the prices of the games. The Game Gear games are not really worth a lot, and when you see them out, you can pick them up cheap, and especially if you're just collecting for yourself. Something that I would collect because the games are cheap. Now, complete in box, yeah, it's going to be a little more expensive than that, but still, it's a cool system to collect. I got some in my stash, but I think a lot of my loose games I'm going to start selling to get boxed ones. If that makes sense to you guys, I just want stuff in the box. That's my thing, and that's what I'm going for. But I'm going to jump into some values here. So if you guys see these, you can pick them up, make a few bucks, and add them to your collection if you choose. The first one we have here is Arena Maze of Death. Looks like a pretty cool shooter. I've never heard of it. If you can find it complete, it looks like you're going to be around $280. Now, keep in mind that's the PAL version. I'm assuming the NTSC is probably on par with that. As you can see, there's one that sold for $108 with just the manual and the game. So if you have the box and everything, and keep in mind, these games are like all the other handhelds for the time for Nintendo or, the NES carts and stuff. If you have the box and the manual, it's going to be worth way more than just the cart, guys. So just keep that in mind. So next one we're going to go to is Bugs Bunny. I actually love the Looney Tunes. I grew up with the Bugs Bunny. Just an awesome character. I really like them all for the most part. So this game here, you can expect to get, I'm going to say $35, $30 on a good day. Complete in the box. I haven't seen any listed on eBay in a while. Again, I would add another 50 on top of that if you have the box and the manual probably. So I would assume you're probably going to get between 80 and 100 maybe if it's complete, guys. Next one up is Cosmic Space Head. Again, this is not a game I've seen before. It looks like a neat kind of character. I'm not too sure if it's a boy with a mask or something. Again, seems pretty pricey to me. I think the bottom one is a PAL one, as you can see on the screen, guys. That's at $224. However, it looks complete, and you can see a cart by itself, $43, $57 on bid. So I'm going to say you're probably at least going to be over 100 complete. I want to do research on this when you are out and about because it does fluctuate. But again, any of these old carts, if you find them for $5, I just buy them because I'm a collector. So if I have to keep them, I don't care because I like collecting it anyways. Next up is Earthworm Jim. This one came out in 1994. Cart, you're looking between 40 and 65. This one, he got 86 with the manual, guys. So again, if you can find one with the box, good luck to you. It'd be worth a lot more. But $40 or $60 for a Game Gear game is pretty good. And you'll notice yourself if you do a little research, a lot of them are not worthless, but they're like $5 or $10 games. Next one is Gunstar Heroes. This was a Japanese game. I don't know too much about it, but if you can find it in the box, this gentleman got $258. Another one got $287. Might have only came out in Japan. It kind of looks like that. So the odds of finding them over here pretty rare, I would assume. But you never know. I've found PAL games. I've seen them at thrift stores. So this stuff does make it over here. So just keep an eye out when you're buying it, especially if it's for your collection. Because, yeah, if you don't have a PAL playing one, good luck. The next one is Home Alone for the Game Gear, guys. This one's worth a few bucks. As you can see, the NTSC one was $137 here. I believe the one that sold for $225 is a PAL version. If you guys are from a PAL region, let me know if that's what your covers look like. I'm assuming it is because this one was from the UK on the bottom too, the manual. So little cover variations. Again, awesome game to pick up, good money, and it's something I would actually probably keep. Heavy hitter for you guys, the McDonald's game that came out on the Game Gear. You can easily get over $300 for this. These both went for around $375. I'm assuming they might be PAL versions. I don't know. Again, one was from United Kingdom, one was from Japan. These games are scarce. A lot of the Game Gear games seem to be scarce to me, so I'm assuming it bombed for Sega. I think they came out with the Nomad too. Maybe I'll do a video on that. So they probably only had the two handhelds to my knowledge. And what my opinion would be is that they kind of bombed. They didn't have very good sales. So something like this that's super rare is worth a lot, but a lot of it is not worth that much. No shocker here. Mega Man for the Game Gear. It's like all the other Mega Man stuff. It's all worth money. This one's worth quite a bit. As you can see, this was a $310 buy it now for just the cart. And then this one, again, $396 they got for it, which is crazy. Most Game Gears, you won't get near this for it, guys. But Mega Man is one that probably would have sold okay, and there's a chance that you would find that. Keep digging, you never know. Maybe you make yourself some money. Next one up is Micro Machines. This one I would expect to get $50 for it, guys. As you can see, complete here, this went up really high, $627. I'm not too sure why it went that high. I know it's complete, and the boxes for these are very hard to find, but ooh, $6.25 for a game like that. I don't know, man. I could not do it. That's just me. Next up, one of the best tennis players of all time, Pete Sampras Tennis for the Game Gear. Man, he was a friggin' machine back in the 90s and that. Anyways, this game here, guys, as you can see, the manual's $23, $141 for just the cart. I can't believe the actual complete game is $750. I don't understand who's paying the prices for this stuff. I really don't. And I'm not going to get off the rails on this video, but I understand people are bagging on resellers and stuff and that, but for someone like myself or, you know, some of my followers, a lot of them collect. And this is just a way to afford to be able to collect, honestly, guys. Like, it's crazy. Like, $750 for Pete Sampras Tennis. Like, come on. It's crazy. Next up, Samurai Showdown. This one is obviously just like all the other Ninja Gaiden Shinobi games for this stuff. The cart and the manual, this was $36. The cart itself is probably $36. And then you can see boxed, again, $315. Only one bid. So yeah, I'm definitely going to make sure I'm looking for more box stuff because this stuff is insane now. I mean, there's not much chance you're going to find it like at yard sales, but at flea markets, you might run across something like this. So definitely stuff I'm going to be looking out for. No surprise here, guys. The Simpsons games. There's a couple on the list here I'll show you. First is the Itchy and Scratchy game. It's $32 for cart only. Boxed, I'm sure it's worth a ton. I want to show you the discrepancy here. The Simpsons Birth versus the World, $28, right? And then go above it. Boxed, $433. Absolute insanity. I'm assuming every kid just chucked all the stuff away and kept the cartridges for these. They have to be, because people that are paying this must really want this stuff, because I could not justify paying $433 for a game in a box like this. But again, if you can find the boxes for these, you're going to end up being rich, apparently. All right, next up is good old Sonic. And this one is Sonic Blast. Cartridge, I'm going to say between $30 and $40. I should look up the box prices on these. I'm not going to, but I'm assuming if it's $40, it's probably going to be a couple $100 at a minimum. And it could be the sky's the limit. There was a guy in Trenton that had a yard sale and was liquidating a store with this stuff a year or two ago. I really wish we had got there on the first day to buy some more of the box stuff, because these prices are actually insane, guys. Next up, we have Tails Adventure. This one's actually a pretty pricey game, just the cart. It's around $100. And then you can see this one, I don't know if it was complete or not, but $148. If you can find something that's complete, this is going to be hundreds of dollars. It's going to be another heavy hitter, guys. Again, $99 for just the cart's pretty insane for a Game Gear game. Last on our list, we've got Zool. As you can see, $38. This is complete. I'm surprised the person took that for it. As you can see, this boxed one went for $93 and another one for $95. So I don't know why the guy took $38. Again, when you put it on bid, you gamble that you're going to not get as much, but you'll have a quicker sale. Again, I'm assuming this guy's bid, he started it out much higher on the top. But Zool's one to look out for. Anything that's weird, I would look out for, guys. We'll keep this one short and sweet. If you are collecting the Game Gear, just like I said at the start of the video, make sure it works and ask if it's had the capacitors replaced. If not, bank on doing that. I'm going to add one of these to my collection, hopefully soonish anyways. If I do, I'll show you guys that one. And I hope everyone's enjoying the videos. If you are enjoying my Bolo lists or would like to see anything else, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll do my best to get to it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.